Craving a taste of Mexico? Stop scrolling because I'm about to throw down in the kitchen and share this easy and delicious recipe for Albondigas soup. First things first, let's talk about the ingredients I'm working with. So traditionally, Albondigas soup is made with ground beef, but today I am using some ground chicken breast. I have 2 pounds of ground chicken breast. I have 4 carrots. I've got 2 calabacitas. This is Mexican squash. I have 3 potatoes, a couple of tomatoes. I've got 1 jalapeno. Got some garlic going on here, and then I've got some cilantro. I've got some mint leaves here, and then as far as spices go, I've got some garlic powder, onion powder, cumin, and then I have salt, pepper, and then I've got this tomato chicken bouillon. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab the tomato and the jalapeno. I'm going to stick it in the oven, and I'm going to broil this for a few minutes till it gets nice and toasty. Time to start chopping. Before that, I did peel all of my veggies. So my potatoes and my squash and my carrots are nice and peeled. This step is totally optional. As you're chopping up your veggies, try to make sure that you cut them all about the same size. So like, potatoes, and they're about this size right here, which is not too far off from that, right? Just make sure they're all about the same size so that they cook evenly. Okay, now for the onion, I am dicing this really into small pieces here. This is gonna go into our ground chicken. So you want it nice and diced. So onion goes in there. Garlic cloves right here. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in next. I love garlic, so if you don't like garlic, you can put a little bit less in. Okay, so I'm gonna use about this much cilantro here, and then as far as the mint, this is about how much mint I have that I'm gonna put in there. We're gonna chop all of this up, and we're also going to put it into our ground chicken for our albondiga meatballs. And just like our onion, we wanna go ahead and dice this really tiny. Go. The same for the mint leaves. Now that I've added the cilantro and the mint and the garlic and the onion into my ground chicken, it's time to add our spices. I did add 1 tablespoon of black pepper, comino, salt, and onion powder, and then half of a teaspoon of garlic powder. So I'm gonna go ahead and just toss that in there. The other thing is I do have 1 cup of uncooked rice. I'm gonna go ahead and toss that in there. And I've got 2 eggs here that I'm gonna put in there as well. Okay, here are my eggs. I'm gonna toss that in there. And now it's time to get dirty. I'm adding some panko to mine just to kind of help it stick together. Grab your spoon. There we go. I like to toss mine just to make them a little bit more firm so that they'll stick together. This is about the size we're going for. This is a good recipe if you're like stressed out and need to relieve some stress. All right, meatballs are ready to be cooked. So I made about 35 meatballs. So this was just a little bit over 2 pounds of ground chicken. Also got all my veggies chopped up. And the next thing I'm gonna do is, remember those tomatoes and jalapeno? Well, those are nice and ready. I'm gonna go ahead and put these into the blender next. Peel the jalapeno skin off of the jalapeno. Doesn't have to be perfect, but try to get as much of that skin as you can off of there. And I'm also going to take all of the seeds out of there. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there. Same thing with the tomato. If you see any of the skin, just remove the skin off of there. Put that in there. And put this little piece of onion in there. I have some 2 tablespoons of the tomato chicken bouillon, 1 tablespoon of the black pepper, 1 tablespoon of the comino, 1 tablespoon of the onion powder, and then half a teaspoon of the garlic powder. I'm gonna put that all in there as well. I've got 2 cups of water here. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there. Time to blend. Large pot, I'm gonna add just a little bit of olive oil. That nice and hot. Nice and hot. I'm gonna take our blended mixture. Woo! Get that cooking. Add a little bit more water. Our meatballs have been cooking for about 10 minutes, and I'm gonna go ahead and throw the potatoes and the carrots in there. So this is what it looks like right now. Potatoes and carrots have been cooking for a good 15 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and toss the calabacita. Last but not least, gonna put some corn in there. This is frozen corn. If you've got the fresh corn, even better. And now for my favorite part, taste test. Perfect. Chicken albondigas is what's for dinner.